Hey guys, and welcome to the Mysteries of Selindor. I am your DM, Gagnor. We were gonna do outfits today, but instead, Sim did outfits and Beelan did outfits, and the rest of us said, no.
Happy
Or,
Halloween!
but happy Halloween, I guess. This is our more or less Halloween episode, and we don't have anything planned that is super Halloweeny, except for the campaign itself, which is inherently dark and spooky. If you think that tentacles coming in out of the darkness and grabbing things and ripping them into the shadows, it is spooky. Anyways, last week the team continued the Trial of Elements, a repeatable dungeon. They're not sure exactly what these things are, but everybody tries it. Always a group of 5 at max. Attempt to take on these trials of the elements and see if they can bring back some fractures, which are motes of power that become one with the person who takes them into themselves and gives them powers beyond the norm. So, in the search of some of these elemental fractures, the team, at the behest of the summer soldiers, have been doing fairly well, or at least better than I anticipated. They were meant to fight a kraken, just a baby kraken, but no, they became best friends with the baby kraken and gave it all kinds of berries and played with dolls, or rather, they were dolls and it had dolls, and it was just a sweet moment until they left. And in the midst of that, angered Northought, who pissed off some of our players. And I maintain Northought pissed off some of our players.
No,
Not the
we're
DM.
we're not okay right now.
And then, following that, they decided, what if we just try to do this without fighting anything? So they immediately telekinesis the next crystal away from the trial of Earth and brought it straight back to themselves, cheating like the little bitches they are, which really angers Northought. Again, Northought, not the DM. And now, finally, having tried to step into the trial of air and finding it to have no actual power within the teleportation circle yet, they instead move to the trial of fire, where looking out upon the magma pool ahead of them with a massive titan's face that was once maybe living, or maybe this is just a design aesthetic, who knows, coming out of the ground. And then standing ahead of them, a large being, clad in armor with a great sword, who bid them come at him and seemed very dreary and tired by the whole experience. So, you guys find yourselves at the start of an initiative, which you took down, and I might have some.
Yes. I believe I did it in this chat. Yes, I did.
It's still in
Minier
D&D
20,
too.
Orin 20, said these right. Grim 18, Rapsy 15.
2020, 20, 18, 15?
Yep.
Yep.
And that's
do
why I
have
wrote
that.
it down, because it was so good.
Yep. And then I said, oh yeah, my actually not horribly rolled fire giants, 13 is last again. So we begin the beginning of this combat, sponsored by no one. As Mitnir, I believe. Nope, the reverse of that. Orin takes his. I actually put these in the wrong order when I wrote them down last time. Takes his fighter stance. You go first. Let me just. Sorry, I need to fix this because it's going to drive me nuts if I don't do it now. Okay. So, what would you like to do, Orin?
1 second. Oh, sweet. Okay. So for my action, I'm going to activate the Ring of Jumping.
That seems like a very good plan.
Yake.
I
Now,
yeah.
my running long jump is now 45 feet,
I can do
which
that.
is also my movement. That's 45 feet.
That's nuts.
Let's see. So I'm gonna So move 5 and then jump over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't move the crystal, but it comes with me because it's tethered to me.
Okay. I'm trying to catch up and find my encounters. There they are. All right. And you're going for it? Is that within 30 feet?
30 feet of what?
Wait, just him. I don't know what
No.
your range is. If you were trying to hit him.
No, my action was the ring of jumping.
Oh, it's an action to activate.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're going to do it as body parts for this guy. I know it might look like it takes up more spaces, but basically just go by the distance as shown here. So like, yeah, you would just be able to hit at 35 feet, not 30 because that would be the edge of his square, 25 or whatever. So that's your turn. Seti, this very imposing figure standing before you. What would you like to do?
Bonus
Can you move the crystal? Give me permission to move it?
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna let you control it, but it has to stay within. Was it 10 feet of you?
Yeah.
Or 15 feet? What is it?
10.
10. Okay, so it has to stay within 10 feet of you. There you go. It's all yours.
It is tied to me, and it's telekinesis, so it should just follow me.
Yeah,
along.
it's up to you where it goes. Is my point.
Okay.
All right. Next up is Mitnir.
I thought I was next.
Seti. Sorry, I said Seti, and then we
Did things and then.
kept talking about other things, and I'm like, yeah,
But I
obviously
get
her
to do
turn's done.
things.
Seti, it's your turn.
Bonus action: Hexblade's Curse.
All right, he's hexbladed and curseded.
Plus 3 bonus of damage. Crit on 19 or 20 and regain 7 HP if he dies. I'm gonna forget all of that, but and then I'm
Fair.
going to Eldritch Blast
Mm-hmm.
twice.
Fair.
The first one's an 11.
Okay, well, 11 is not going to hurt him.
Second one's a 21.
Okay, as the 21 collides, or the first one, it goes and it collides, he just lifts up his arm lazily and it just hits right onto the section of his, what do you call those again? His arm guard, we'll just say. And then the second one slides straight back and hits the side of his hand, and sort of, you see the flesh kind of like peel for a second, and then he just sort of shakes it off and goes, boring.
Well, it was 18 force damage.
That is a lot of force damage, though.
Yeah, I rolled max.
Nice.
All right. That, I believe, will be my turn. I am probably going... Well, there's really nowhere to move, huh?
Not easily.
Yeah, not easily. I'm going to need spells for that. Spells that I said I would save for the air one. So...
Alrighty.
Yep, that's it for me.
Okay. So, now Mitnir.
So when you jump, do you use the jump distance as part of your total movement?
It's from your strength.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it's part of your total movement.
Okay. So if I jump 15, it's 15.
It's still 15. You would have 40 feet of movement, I believe, total. So it'd be 25 movement walking and then 15 jumping.
Right.
Or you could dash to increase your overall movement distance.
Right. So let's see.
You also have to move like 10 feet before you jump or something like that.
Well,
I give some leeway on stuff like this. So like, let's say he's here and he wants to jump from here to here. I would say he doesn't have to spend movement backing up. He can just run and jump. So
right. So let's see that.
As long as you have a square between you and the edge. Like, you can't just dead jump from the edge.
Can you jump multiple times in a round?
If you have the movement for it.
Yeah, as long as you got the movement. So
Okay, so this might be a terrible idea, so I'm gonna jump to, like, I guess there technically. I don't know where I'm landing.
Okay.
Arguably.
Every time that you're going to be making a jump, I'm gonna need you to make me an athletics check.
Athletics. Boop. 20.
All right, yeah, you land easily on the other side. Fire is like lava. What is that? Nothing. Definitely not nervous about this.
20, 25, and then I'm gonna jump again. And that would be what? Another 10-foot jump, or is that?
To here,
I was just thinking there.
that would be another full jump. I think so. 10 feet technically. Yeah.
Okay. So that I think.
And then just make me another athletics or acrobatics check. Your choice.
So hit 10.
10. You watch as your foot sort of like crumbles off a bit of the rock at the edge, and you sort of begin to slip, but you are able, with your just sheer willpower, just sort of force yourself forward, and you realize that that was close.
And then I'm gonna, because of that, take one more step forward.
All right, fair enough. Okay.
And then I think I'm gonna just use my rage and get that.
Okay. All right. Is that it for the rest of your turn?
Yeah. And then I'll ready if he comes within striking distance to swing.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. Grim. Oh, you're muted.
Do is what I said. I'm gonna drink a potion. And I go zoomy
Cool.
zoom. And then I'm gonna just to see if it works. Still where I'm clicking,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast chill touch on the lava. Just to see what happens.
Let me look at chill touch real quick, just to
So-
see. It's
Also,
some
keep in
specific
mind we
information.
all downed a fire resist potion before we came in here.
You
So
did.
Don't forget that when you're taking damage, if it's fire damage.
It just does cold damage. Wait, no, that's necrotic. Hold on. Is it necrotic damage? Shoot. Not that one. I need one that's actually cold damage. Maybe I don't have a spell that does cold damage. Hold
You
on.
might not.
I might not.
Damage
Never mind.
spells are
Never mind.
fairly
That's not a cold damage
Yeah.
spell.
That's
If I had-
that is a
if I had
necrotic
ice-
damage spell.
If I had ice storm, I would do that. But I don't. Though the falling rocks might be bad for lava. That would be trying to splash that everywhere. Okay. Instead, well, then Grim will. I still cough my potion, obviously. And then I shall. And I did my. No. I'll just chill touch the dude. I don't care. Let's get him.
All right. What is that?
It's an
It's
attack
2
roll.
hit. Okay, awesome.
18.
18 just hits.
And it's 7 necrotic damage.
Wow. Got him.
Wow. And we'll worry about jumping if I need to do that later. He has a high strength though, so he should be okay. But that's my turn.
Okay. Let's move on to Bropsy.
I'm going to, for the first time, attempt hold person.
This is another moment where I'm going to look up hold person.
It doesn't work because he's not a humanoid.
I think so.
It's not what?
He's not
He
a
has
humanoid.
to be a humanoid in his monster type.
Oh, is he?
Unfortunately.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I thought he was
Yeah.
humanoid.
Or he looks like a humanoid, but he's
Yeah.
not a humanoid.
He's considered a huge giant.
How is that
he's-
not a humanoid?
I had the exact same thought as you, though. I was like, "Oh, it's a wisdom save. I could do this." And then I was like, "Wait, is he a person?" He's a person.
Humanoid is like just like shape.
He'd be a hold monster instead of hold person.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah,
Because he
It's
is
real-
not.
that's dumb.
I hate
It's
how this
real
game
persnickety.
distinguishes between those two things. It's like, let
The
me just
thing
hold
is
something.
The thing is, think about it. We'll think about it in the sense of like, it's used to hold a person that like one of the races of the world. So I will say yes, you can attempt hold person on this giant if you would like.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I consider the small ones and the large ones. I don't think we should discriminate between monster or person.
Giants are people too.
Giants are people too, so I will allow you to use hold person, but it will have advantage on the save due to its size.
What? Fine.
I think that's fair.
What's wisdom 15?
Wisdom 15?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my dice out.
Hopefully, he doesn't have a good wisdom save.
I'm hoping so.
Well, you know what?
He seems like a beefy boy.
He
As
does
long as
not
it's not
seem to
his-
be proficient, so it's just his base wisdom.
As long as it's not a strength check, right?
Okay, and then advantage. That's a 20.
I hate you. Okay.
The first one was a
Bonus
10.
action shillelagh.
Bonus action
Okay.
shillelagh. Okay,
That's it. That's all I can do.
fair enough. With that, we're going to be settling down at the fire giant's turn.
You didn't want to move at all?
I mean, I don't know where to move yet.
I mean, you fly. You can go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I
Unlike
can
the
go
rest of
anywhere I
us.
want next turn. After I see him do something.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are staying there?
Mhm.
Cool. So the fire giant's just gonna like sort of shake its hand where it took that one eldritch blast, and then
We spread out.
you can also fly. So
Yeah, I
Keep it-
spread out over there.
let me know how high you are.
Like only 10 feet.
10 feet over. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Just want to know if you're
I don't
on the
like
ground
risking
or if you're
fall damage
flying.
unless it has a purpose.
Okay. So, it's going to look over at you guys, standing near the portal, and it's going to sigh lazily. You saved me for last, did you? And he reaches down onto the ground, and he scoops up a hot, heavy rock in one hand,
Uh-oh.
and he says, "You shouldn't take what isn't yours." And he's going to hurl it at Grim.
Okay,
Good thing I
Throw a rock
moved.
at me.
Oh, that is only a 20 to hit.
I have a 22 AC.
What the fuck?
Ooh, it's from the haste potion. So
Yep.
he throws the rock at you, and there's this moment, Seti, when you see this rock coming at you, and you're like, you just feel your butthole pucker. You're like, ooh! And as this thing flies straight at Grim, you just tighten, and then you think, oh, there's no way he can dodge it, but he just sort of deftly steps to the side, and as the rock clambers and like slams against the ground, almost half molten as it slides off into the distance, you think, oh my god, that would have killed Grim, but he just looks at it, and Grim, you deftly step out of the way.
He's just like, oh, okay, that was close.
Hot, 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 hot. All right.
Probably singe some chest hairs on that one.
After he throws it, he goes, "You came prepared." He is going to, once I find his character sheet, he is going to step down through the pool, and he's standing in the middle of the lava.
We just want to be like, don't use fire skills, guys, but like it's very obvious because he's standing in lava.
I'm gonna use a fire skill.
You've got so many of those.
Not though.
All right. So that is his turn. Orin, it is your turn.
All right. I'll just move up 10 feet. That be about there, I guess. And then I will shoot some radiant bolts.
Cool.
15.
Does not hit. Well, actually, as it collides against the side of his plate mail, he sort of like just squints one eye from the brightness, and that's about as much as it affects him.
And a 14.
14 also glances right off of his hard, heavy, like almost black banded mail on it.
This is going great, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that was Oran's turn. SETI.
I'm just going to move back.
What? Blink his eyes.
Yeah. I don't really know if is Armor of Agathis worth it? Like, it's 15 temporary hit points.
That's
Or is it
entirely up
cost
to
you?
you if it's worth it.
It's worth it if you're in melee range.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Consider if this is a warlock spell slot, then just consider the fact that you probably only have 2 of those.
Well, I would have to use one of my bard slots to get it up to 15. My warlock can only do 5.
Oh, well, that's
that's not
never
worth
mind.
it.
That's really not worth it.
Alright, fine. I'm just going to Eldritch Blast again.
Tried and true.
Yep. Ooh, that's a good one. That's 23 to hit.
That hits.
And the next one is a 19 to hit.
That also hits.
Alright. So 2 damage rolls plus 3. That's 11 plus 11. 22. No. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. As you you see this giant wade into the magma after that he throws this thing, and it's probably only comes up to where he's standing about his knees. And then he you slam it right into his chest as he's dipping into the water, and or the lava, and he sort of like staggers back just a second and says, "Curious, you have power." That is your turn, SETI, unless you would like to move.
I would love to move, but I really don't have anywhere to go. So, maybe I'll just be like, "Hey, Grim, we should probably get a little bit further away from each other if you want to scooch over that way." And that's it.
Get away from me.
You know, the next time he throws a big molten rock at you.
Okay. So that's your turn then. Mitnir.
Can I reach from the teeth? Can I ping this? Oh, hey, I'll just move it. Can I reach from there? Or is that...
I'm going to say...
Or do I need to go to, like, the lower teeth to reach?
I'm going to say, because if we consider where he is pretty much 5 feet all of around him, but I will say that if you're on the middle teeth, you can roll to attack him.
Okay.
But you're kind of reaching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give you disadvantage. I'm just going to give him no. I'll say it's fine if you're there. If you're in that position, I'll say it's fine.
Okay, so then I will... 10, 15. Yeah, I'll move there. So I guess the first thing I'll do is a Dex DC of 16. Try and zap him.
Oh, okay. Dex. Natural 19.
So he takes 1 point of lightning damage.
Sure does.
And then I will go ahead and swing. Wait, what? Hold on. There we go. I will go ahead and swing at him for a nat 1 for a 9. So I don't think that one hits.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex- 18.
18. As you swing at him, you misjudge your footing and you almost trip into the lava. But at the last second, you just go woof, 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 woof. It's like there's this part of you that remembers a time way back in your ancestry, you think, when you had wings And you just kind of just begin pulling yourself back with muscles you didn't even know you had, and you barely keep yourself on the edge. Next attack.
Yeah, replant footing, just kind of like, and swing again. 21.
That is.
All right, so for 18 points of damage.
Nice. That's pretty good, actually. So as you slam into him with your great sword, I think, right?
Yep.
He sort of like reaches out towards you for a second, like he's about to do something. As you almost fall the first time, and then he just, as you spin around and you hit him with this thing, you sort of cut his fingers. He just goes, "Ugh." Grim.
So, I'm reading the rules for jumping because I don't fully understand it. So it's like if it's the same height, it's just your strength score so long as you can move 10 feet? Is how far you jump?
I think
It's half of your strength score.
I don't
Half
think
your
it's
strength?
half
No,
your
it's
strength
your
score.
full
It-
strength
it's
score
strength-
in
your
feet.
full
Okay,
full
never mind.
strength score in feet.
Okay. So then I should be okay to just jump. But the question is which side to go to?
You could jump to that one. You could jump to this tiny little.
I think
thing
the
right here.
safest way is to do.
So I like
And
the ring
does-
of jumping. It triples
does it-
your jump distance.
Does it matter how far you? I mean, you can jump multiple jumps in a turn or no?
As long as you have the movement
as long as
speed
you have the
for it.
movement for it.
Well, right now I have 60 foot of movement.
So you can move 60
Um,
feet. You can jump as many times as you need to. and
Yes, you could jump for 60 feet. You can jump like 3 feet at a time.
Well,
If
what
you
I
really
want
wanted
to
to.
do is from where I am is like 10 feet to the edge, and I want to jump to. I want to jump to this little island,
Okay.
and then from this island jump to here
Yep. You just got to make me a dexterity check as you make those jumps.
because they're difficult terrain. Right?
Because you're jumping over a pool of lava.
Well, but as where I'm landing, difficult terrain.
No.
No. It is because you are jumping over a pool of lava onto a teetering mass of rock, and it is difficult. So you make a dexterity
Yeah.
check to make
So
sure you
so
do
it's
not slip
difficult
and fall.
terrain. Yeah.
Sure. You're saying that haste gives you
No, I'm just saying that it's difficult terrain. I'm not saying that haste helps.
It's not
with that.
difficult
Oh,
terrain
okay.
because it doesn't have your movement speed.
no, yeah, it doesn't lower your movement speed.
The jump itself is what is difficult.
I mean, it's difficult jump. It's difficult jump terrain.
Okay.
It's
The
totally
landing is
normal walking terrain.
All
One
right.
way or another, the landing's easy.
So it's whether or
because
not I
it's probably
land flat
melted.
on my face, right?
Well, it's making sure you don't slip and get some lava damage on you.
Okay. Well then I'll make it. Is it dexterity saving throw?
It's athletics or acrobatics check, your choice. I said dexterity check.
Then we're doing athletics.
Mhm.
Oh, we'll roll a fucking 2. Well, there we
2?
go.
A 2 total?
No, a 5 total.
A 5 total. Okay, as you jump across, I'm gonna go ahead and move you. Is it to here, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna catch just a bit of your feet in the lava, or near enough to it to cause some serious burn damage as you pull yourself out. Oh my god, that was like almost all maxes.
Well,
Um,
I cast absorb elements.
Okay, so that is 21 points of fire damage.
Okay, so it's 11 because rounded up, right? Or down.
No,
Yeah,
it's
rounded
rounded
down.
down.
Okay, so 10 points.
Mhm.
Okay. And then we're
So-
doing it again.
All right.
So we're aiming for this one. Well, let's mess up another athletics check. Oh, a 9.
9. With a 9, your feet are already sort of singed and in a bit of pain. So as you land on the opposite side, your foot slips slightly, and you're already taking half. So you take 3 points of fire damage.
Okay, 3 points of fire damage.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, so then I'm gonna move within 10 feet of him, which is what? Is it here or is it here? Which one's within 10 feet?
Within 10 feet of him would be pretty much right on the edge to guarantee a hit.
Okay, because I have reach, so
Yes. So
okay.
you'd be able to reach from that position where I was gonna make some disadvantage rolls happen for Mitnir if he was trying to do it, because he's got a long enough weapon. He's kind of on the edge, and
Right.
it's about 7 feet is where I'd put it. So
Cool. So then I will poof open my spores and go. And,
Okay.
and I'll activate symbiotic entity.
All right.
So it gets my temporary hit points. Oh, where'd they go? It's so complicated. And then I will whack him. Hopefully whack him. We'll see. I've been rolling so great. We'll see how it goes.
Mhm.
Where is it? Is it under? Oh, it's under. 20.
I just
20
realized I
hits.
forgot my bonus action on my turn.
Okay, so 20 hits. So we do 8 magic shillelagh damage. But wait, there's more. And then we do 4 necrotic damage. But wait, there's more. Have him roll his Constitution save, which he's definitely gonna pass.
Okay. Help me out again here for a second. How much damage have you done total so far?
Oh, not a lot.
8 and 4.
12.
12 points. Okay.
8 physical, like magic bludgeoning, and
Mhm.
4 necrotic. And then,
Constitution
has-
saving throw?
yeah, he'll gonna pass that. He's a gigantic man.
Natural 19. So yes,
Maybe
he's
a
gonna
lava.
pass it.
Yes,
Yeah.
he survives. He survives for now.
Cool.
And then I think that's all of my different. Well, I use a reaction. Hold on, let me read something real quick. Hold on. As an action. Okay, never mind. We're good. I'm done. That's my turn.
That's going to put us at Bropsy's turn.
Brepsy would like to attempt a tidal wave. Dex save 15.
I now have to look at Tidal Wave.
My cameras for you guys keep breaking.
I believe in you.
You guys
Do
are
the
using all
tidal
these spells that you've never used before, so I have to know them.
wave. We've
We're
had
pulling
them.
out the big stuff
We've
today.
had them all sitting here, not being able to use them on anybody. I think maybe eventually we'd change them, but
Okay. There is one material component that you need to cast the spell.
Uh-huh.
Do you have that?
Yes.
Okay. So what is your drop of water? Where's that? Do you have
I
like
could
a...
just fucking spit if you're gonna say I wasn't prepared with a bottle of water or a flask
I'm just
or
making
something.
sure you have like a flask or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just when you try to conjure a tidal wave in a volcano, it's like, where's your water?
She's gonna have water on here. She's gonna have a flask.
So I'm going to say yes. You go ahead and she pulls out a flask and sort of drips it for a second and begins to create like this sort of whirl in front of her as she sort of beats her wings above the hot air coming from the lava below. And then go ahead and conjure your tidal wave.
Does that mean he failed?
What is your area?
I'm
It's
gonna put it right on
conjure a
him.
wave that crashes down on an area within range. The area can be up to 30 feet long and up to 10 feet wide, up to 10 feet tall. Each creature in that area must make a dexterity saving throw.
so don't aim it at us, please.
Well, yeah.
From your current angle, you would be putting a tidal wave all over Mitnir as well.
Well, unless you
Oh.
started it after him, because it's a range. You started. You choose where to
Can I
start
put it anywhere? Because yeah, I would put it after.
I
him.
think it's. I'm
What,
trying to think of
30?
how this spell is actually cast, and it doesn't make a whole. It's not very well done, like a lot of spells.
It doesn't make a lot of sense now.
Like it says the area can be. So I would imagine you start the wave at yourself is where I think it works. You conjure
No.
from your
It
drop
has
of water.
It has 120-foot range.
Yeah,
That's
you
gotta
can
be
start at
the-
120 feet away.
And well, then how does the wave?
You
the
pick
wave's
the
gotta-
start point.
It just
Pick the
consumes
start
the
point.
I
water.
fling water in that direction, and the drop of water that passes Mitnir is the one that gets whooshed.
You're just conjuring it, so it just appears in the area you choose, and then it rushes in a direction you choose.
It's not like a transmutation spell or anything. It's
Okay,
literally
so
summoning the
it's
water.
it's a what kind of dex save?
Dex
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
Please fail.
Hold
I
up.
asked
need to
nicely.
actually
Remember that.
prox-
Remember, I said please.
Okay. Well, he rolled a 21.
I hate him.
So then 2d8 bludgeoning, right? Or half of 48.
Well, 48 bludgeoning halved. See, it's spells like this that you have to like think about like the mechanics and how it would
Now,
work.
here's
but
the
sure, I
question.
guess it's just does that. The water will spill out in the area around it, which is going to pour onto the lava in multiple directions, causing hissing steam. And at the same time, is going to solidify the top of the lava where marked right in front of him, creating more of a lip. So where that green currently is, where this green currently is, I'm going to shift it over a bit. And then make it a little bigger. There's a shelf now of lava poured out here. And probably up to right where he is sort of almost surrounding him slightly. And he is he sort of backs up as this sort of water starts pouring out and begins sizzling, and you see that there's a bit of rock that is solidified on the surface of the lava. It is up to you whether you trust that as a shelf, but it appears to be throwing out steam and hissing and is slightly solidified.
Well, it's 21 damage divided by 2, which I assume rounds down.
Yeah, it's 10 points of damage. So as you slam it into him, he just sort of it hisses against him, but he pulls himself together pretty easily. Okay. It is now the fire giant's turn. So he reaches onto his back, like sort of like side. It's almost like hung almost like at his hips, and he pulls this massive greatsword out that's just like curved up into this big, huge, blunted end at the point. It's almost like a hammer at the end of it. And as he pulls it up, he's going to swing once at Mitnir. Oh, that's really bad. My guess is it does not hit. That is 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. And then his second attack is a natural 1.
That one definitely does not hit.
He's hitting just
Very
as good as we
lazily.
are.
Almost uninterested, he pulls the blade out and just swings it. And he swings it lazily at it, so lazily at you that you actually take the blade with your greatsword and sort of like huffed it over. It almost hits Grim as it slides off to the side, and you turn this giant, and he looks at you, and there's like he winces his eyes at you, and for a second, like you see like a little bit of a glimmer of emotion behind him. And he goes, that's his turn. Oren.
All right, let's try this again, shall we? Move up a little bit and try shooting him again. Can I roll double digits? Ooh, 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
7 radiant damage.
Okay. My issue is that I was using this little pink die instead of this red die. Now
And
he's gonna be much
23 to
better.
hit
That hits.
for 6 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then I will use a key point and flurry of blows for 2 more.
Okay.
So we're on a roll. Ooh, 23 to hit.
Yeah.
7 radiant damage.
Nice.
11. That's a miss.
Okay. So as
And
these
then I'll move back.
light pelt into the side of his armor, denting it in, you see like flashes as it like scrapes up into his hair and just begins to like almost blind his eyes from the side. He sort of just reaches it back and he glares at you as well and goes, SETI.
All right, I'm going to do what I should have done last time with my bonus action, but is anybody worse off health-wise than I am?
We
She's
should all be
hitting
pretty much
anybody.
full.
I was like, how bad are you?
I'm 10 down.
I am 30 something down, but I also
Okay.
have way more health than you.
Well, true. I'll start with myself. I'm going to healing word myself. With one of my pact slots. For 6 points of healing. Good thing that wasn't for you, Midnir. It wouldn't have been that beneficial. Alright. And then action's going to be 2 Eldritch Blast. Oh, a natural 20!
Damn.
So roll the damage because it should be auto doubled.
Oh shit, I already clicked. The second one was a 25. So the second one's damage is 11. Then the first one is going to be 2d10 plus 5. Do plus 8 actually. So that'll be 21.
Damn.
Poor guy.
Yeah, you gotta remember it auto doubles the damage when you crit.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
just
Yeah,
I just
but
get
as you fire
quick-
this Eldritch Blast, the first one slams into him, just goes, "Argh," and this next one as he's growling hits him square in the face, and as it does, you see like his tooth just like and flies out of his mouth and just slams and sticks right into that sort of soft molten almost rock that sits in that little shelf that was made by Bropsy's water, and then begins to sink in.
as Seti throws these out, she's just like, "Sorry, I really don't want to kill anybody here, but we have to do what we have to do."
As it collides in the ground, and you see how that he goes, apparently I need to take this significantly more seriously.
Just call it a magma pie crust.
Mitnir, it is your go.
Dex DC 16. I'm gonna try and zap him.
That is a 15.
Ah, so he takes 6 points of lightning damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will swing.
Okay.
13 on the first one.
That'll miss.
And a 17 on the second one.
That will also, as the blade comes over, you see he actually pulls his sword up, moving it through the lava, sort of like taking the pie crust and like peeling it with his blade as he whips around. And he deflects your blade and he says, "Finally, warriors, let's fight."
Just kind of does the nose rub type thing. Just kind of like, all right.
Grim.
We'll go to Midnight. Midnight, next time move so it's easier for us to hit him. I'm gonna just whack at him, I guess. So, because I know I can whack him from here, but if I went around back for flanking, I'd not be able to hit him. So he's too far into the lava, right? Where's my wacky whack-a-mole game? Okay, we'll do. Oh, that's a 10. That doesn't do jack shit. And that's an 11. Also doesn't do jack shit. I don't think if I have anything else with a bonus action or whatever. Nope. I could shillelagh again. That would be super cool, huh? Well, I guess we're done then. That's my
Okay.
whole turn. We did so good, Minir. High five.
Bropsy.
I am going to summon a fae.
Okay.
It says, heck, where'd it go?
Boop.
What? Am I blind? Where did I just saw it? This
Okay,
creature
you can
resembles.
now move your little spirit baby, your little fey baby.
Okay.
Right there. Wherever you want to summon him by.
So
the way.
Okay, it says that it resembles a fey creature of your choice. Can that include a fey creature that flies? Is it allowed to fly?
I have no idea what the spell does.
It does not specify that, because that determines where I'm going to place it.
I'm going to say roll a d20.
Okay. Fuck.
What'd you roll?
4.
That baby can't fly.
Okay, that's fair.
He's got slug butt.
Oh no. Heck, what am I gonna do with you? Okay, I can put it anywhere 90 feet. So I'm gonna assume that's anywhere.
Anywhere on the map.
Which thing is it? Fuming, mirthful, or tricksy?
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it down there, so I guess it's flanking with a grip.
What, little fairy?
On the pie crust.
He's on the pie crust. As he settles down on the pie crust and gets summoned, he's going to.
Mirthful looks fun.
Have it make me a dexterity saving throw as it's summoned onto this pie crust.
It's so itty bitty. It weighs nothing.
Have it make me a dexterity saving throw as it lands onto the pie crust.
Okay, I'm getting there.
+3 for
+3. Yep.
Yeah.
That is a 19.
As it lands onto the pie crust, you see it lands there and deftly, with its little slug butt, just sort of puts itself down to the ground and sort of stretches out over this tiny little hole that was just its size. You imagine where it probably could have fallen straight through. But it sort of like gaps itself up and it's like touching. It's just, you see its little slug body on the bottom side, like almost like little tendrils, just kind of like hopping back and forth, going. On its turn, it will take 1d6 fire damage for being on the pie crust. But it did not break through the pie crust. That is my rule for pie crust.
It's okay.
On the plus side, now Mitnir knows if he wants to step on the pie crust, what that means.
I saw a tooth go through the pie crust. I'm not stepping on the pie crust.
What? Okay.
I described it, yeah.
I missed that.
Yep. Okay, so it's pick one of them, and that's what he is, and I assume it's attacking?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Wait. Is it a... Oh, okay. It gets a multi-attack.
Okay.
Well, it's based off the spell's level, which is his level rounded down. Or half his level rounded down. So he gets 1 attack.
But it was 4th level.
Oh, you used 4th level? Okay.
Yeah.
Then he's 2.
Okay, make your attack rolls.
So it's a +7 to the attack roll.
That would be 19.
19 hits.
The other one absolutely did not, because it was a 5.
The 19 hits, though.
It's a +7 to your attack.
Well, I still doubt a 12 hits.
12 plus
Was it
7?
12 hit? What?
12 plus 7 is a 19. So
No, wasn't the other one a 5? Wait, oh shit, where'd it go? I rolled a 12 and a 3, so the
Yeah, the 3 doesn't hit.
yeah, that's what
The
I'm saying.
12 is a 19 and hits.
That was 5. So only one of them hits.
Yes.
Shit.
So it's
It is very low.
much?
I hate how it keeps going away every time I go to the dice though, and I have to keep pulling it up.
1d6 plus 7 plus 1d6 force damage.
1d6 damage plus
Oh, it's-
7 damage plus 1d6 force damage.
Yeah,
One
you
d
just said?
6, which is 4, plus 3, so 7, plus the spell's level, plus 4,
Which is 4.
14, plus another 1d6 force damage.
Wow.
That's annoying. So what did I say? 17?
Sure. That's a big hit.
Wait, no, wasn't it? 4? No, it was 19.
And then
16.
It was 19. 16? I thought it was.
2d6 plus 7.
we're gonna keep the
You rolled
17
9
down because I don't
plus
want to
7.
adjust its health anymore. Let's go. Also, your little baby takes 1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
Okay. With that, it is the fire giant's turn. Fire giant, seeing all these individuals right around him, is getting kind of like fuck. So it's going to move and start walking up through the lava into this space here, which is gonna make the pie crust and lava sort of pour over. So I need everybody in the vicinity to make me a dexterity saving throw against the lava that just sort of like washes up from the wake of him moving onto the land.
Is that 12?
Dex,
Oh.
you said?
Mm-hmm.
You can do it, little
Dex saving
thing.
throw.
17.
Dex How does a saving throw work for the face spirit?
If it to just roll its dex. It's fine.
Just straight, okay. 15.
15. So you all creatures involved are able to step out of the way of the lava without taking any points of damage. However, he will turn and he's going to swing one axe attack or one greatsword attack at Mitnir. That is a 25 to hit.
That
Ooh.
And then his attack is going to be $27 points of slashing damage, reduced to half is 13 points of slashing damage. And then he's going to whip the greatsword back around at Grim. That's a 23 to hit.
And
Which
that
is-
hits.
Is poop. I was like, oh no, it's 12 plus his number. Yep. Anyways. And that is. Oh boy. Thank God. That is 23 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then he is going to continue. Let me see, how much movement does he get again? Okay, not that much. He's gonna stay where he is. Well, no, he's gonna move. He's gonna move to here, where he's still in your guys' range, but is on the opposite side. Okay, cool. Orin.
Wow.
By the way, the little tiny baby gets an attack of opportunity should they want it.
Fuck, I walked up. Fuck, okay. I thought it was a good opportunity to put my laundry in.
Can you also have him make his Constitution saving throw? I'm sure he's going to pass it. Anyway.
It's a fair bet, but it is possible he didn't. Oh no, he's got a plus 10 con, so that's that's still 17. Does that pass?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured he would. But just in case, 2d6 points of damage. In the off chance.
Alright, I'm gonna run along this little bit of stuff that I'm on and then jump over here.
All right.
I think that's yeah, I can get him from there. Right?
Yes.
Then I'll do my shots at him from there. Oh, come
Cool.
on. 12. 22. That one should hit.
I'm just moving my things. I realize that's actually one on it.
7 radiant damage.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, I'll do another flurry of blows. Try and get some more damage in there. Not with a 14. 22, though.
That hits.
5 radiant damage. I'm rolling so low on the damage.
Okay. So, with that, Seti, it is your turn. As he gets pelted in the back.
I'm going to do a quick healing word on the Mitnir. At let's do second level.
Take the rest of my movement and go up here.
Oh, that's pretty good. 12 points to Mitnir. Betty strikes her drum and the reverberations just kind of float over and feel like a fresh wind on your face. And then I will Eldritch Blast. Oh, that was so close to another crit. That's a 26 to hit.
That hits.
And a 15, which does not.
This does not.
But that'll be 17 points of damage. And I'm thinking I need to skedaddle, but I can't really go too far, so I'm just gonna go just to the other side of this little. Yep. That's it.
Cool. That's going to put us at Mitnir's turn.
All right. So Dex DC 16
Mm-hmm. That's a success.
still takes 1 point of damage.
Heck yeah.
Oh, that was a terrible roll. But yeah. All right. Swing time. 24.
24 will hit.
For what's rage give me? Sorry, my brain just stopped. 12 points of damage.
Points of damage. Okay.
And then I'll take the second swing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 17 again, so that one misses. For sludging through lava, he's really hard to hit.
As you slice the first one, you see that it cuts into his finger, like he actually blocks with the hand, and it cuts into his finger, but the second one scrapes off the metal, and he just kind of looks at you, just like, and you can see like he's sort of got like the blood coming out of his mouth from his lost tooth, and he's just like, and he's starting to look a little worn.
I give the best paper cuts.
That is Grim's turn. Sorry, I don't know why
Grim's
it took me
turn.
so long to find this initiative list.
But he's still within my reach, right? You said.
He is still within your reach.
If I moved here, would he be flanked by me and Mitnir or no?
No.
So I'd have to move like here, right?
Yes, I would consider that flanking.
But I'd have to jump to do that.
Yes, you would.
I wouldn't move out of it. It's weird because I wouldn't move out of his. That's not gonna.
No, you won't. He won't get an attack of opportunity on you because you won't be
Alright.
leaving his combat range.
All right, well then that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump over there.
Okay.
And I'll make our little stupid dex saving throw thing at athletics, whatever it is. Let's roll my 5. We rolled a 10.
10.
I'm
As you
super
teeter on the
athletic.
edge, you barely pull your foot out without taking any damage.
Okay, good job, me. It did it. So bad at rolling today. Okay, and now I'm gonna smack at him with advantage. God dang it! Where is it? It's on here somewhere. There it is. Roll. God. 14.
14. Okay.
Don't do damn thing. And then we roll again. And then I roll two 18s. Well, we can need to like divvy that up a little bit. So 26 for the second one.
The second one hits.
Yeah. Okay. So he takes 12 shillelagh damage, and then and then 2 necrotic.
Necrotic. Okay.
And any bonus actions I want to do. Do. Yeah. No, not yet. No, we're not gonna use it. We're just gonna stand there. It's fine. That's my turn.
Okay, Dropsy.
Beelan, can you roll 2d20s for me, please? As my Fey baby is going to slash twice.
Okay. And that is +7 on each.
The Fey baby needs to pick out a location to stand at.
Yeah, because you're like just one square out of range, I think, right now.
The Fey baby is right here.
Well, it was an 11 and a 19.
So Fey baby also takes 3 points of fire damage at the start of his turn. And where's he
Lovely.
moving?
Okay, Fey baby's gonna. I don't. know.
He has to
Doesn't
move
matter
into
where I stand.
range of the thing. So,
Probably like
If I'm there, is it also flanking?
you can't put yourself there. Technically, you can put yourself here.
Oh.
And there's a limit. I can only have him flanking one person.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, you can put him here if you want. We'll just say it's behind him. It's fine. But only one
I don't
person
really
can have
care about
flanking
that.
with one other person. If 2 or 3 people could flank the same monster, it wouldn't be fair.
I think it makes more sense that way, but okay. So it gets 1 attack, which is going to be 9 plus 3 plus 4, so 16.
Okay. So, as this baby cuts into him, is that your turn, or are you doing something else?
Wait, did it ever do the wisdom saving throw? I don't remember.
Who?
He was supposed to. Big bad.
For what?
being charmed.
Do a wisdom saving throw.
Is this charm monster? Charm
Yeah.
person?
I think it just said charm. I don't know that it specifies. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
It's
Wisdom
18.
saving throw against your spell save DC. Unless the save succeeds, the target is charmed by you and the Fae.
18.
It wouldn't matter anyway because he took damage, so it would have been removed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then
Maybe if we do that, you don't have to fight.
what are you guys doing? What are you doing? Are you doing anything else on your turn?
Still have to
Is-
drop these actions.
Oh, right. Kind of forgot about that. I could also do fuming, so the Fae gets advantage next time. Which...
Well, it's only when it's summoned. You pick the
You don't
one.
get to change its
Well, I
style.
thought it was every turn.
No.
No, just when it comes out.
I think what it's saying is that it
would
activates
effectively
whatever you
make it-
chose whenever you use the Fey step thing. right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that would make it
Okay.
like all of them at once. There wouldn't be any reason to choose.
Okay. I thought it was like 1 per turn, but that's fine. In that case, Bropsy will. I can't do anything that has concentration, so I can either do a cure wound or just a frostbite. Anybody need healing?
I think we're all okay right now.
Okay, then a frostbite.
Okay. Is that a saving throw or an attack roll?
Oh. That is a saving throw, even though I wasted an 18.
That's a natural 19 plus.
I
I
hate
mean, I
this.
assume he's fine.
On a failed save, the target takes 1d6 cold damage.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's there. Wait. Six.
6.
Yeah.
Okay, so as he sits there, he's sort of like bruised and he's still bleeding from his mouth, and he's just like, "You are definitely the most interesting group to come through here. I don't know why you're so hard to hit." He's gonna take his greatsword and he's gonna hit the baby that's been hitting him incredibly hard. So that's
That thing's one attack hit harder than my
26?
4.
to hit.
Oh, dead. It's gone.
It's 26 to hit. I assume that hits.
Yeah, that
hits.
5,
So like a 15
6,
AC or something.
10, 14 plus. That's 26 points of slashing damage.
Ooh, fun.
It's a glitter ball.
Nope, still alive.
So
10
he's gonna
HP.
hit it- He's gonna fucking hit it again.
Okay.
18 to hit.
Uh,
That hit.
If that Faye has more than 18 hit points, I'm gonna quit this game.
No, it's definitely not.
I
It's
wish.
fucking ridiculous that Faye hits her as hard as it does. Fucking ridiculous.
And that was only one hit per turn, even though it had
10,
2.
15.
I really should have given it a
Yeah, I mean it's annihilated.
advantage.
It's a glitter ball now.
Okay. Well, next time I cast it, it's doing Fumin.
It died so that we might live.
Well, it didn't die. It goes back to
As
the
it cuts this thing down, it
Oh, I
looks at
know.
all of you, and it's just the fire giant like sensing what's coming, like knowing that you guys are pushing it towards the edge. It says, "If you keep down this path, beware what you find. You do not know what you do."
Then tell us.
But that's his 6-second turn. So, Orin.
I'm going to try and shoot him. If I can hit.
Does he just
16?
ignore my thing, then tell us?
I literally just said that's all that can happen in his 6 seconds. It is now Orin's
Yeah.
turn.
Okay.
There's a limit to what can happen when.
16?
16 does not hit.
Of course not. 26 should hit.
26 does hit.
For a whopping 7 damage. I can't roll higher
As
than
the
3
light
on my damage.
Clashes into his chest. There's just this moment where you see like a big flash of light sort of reflecting off of the armor itself. It sort of creates this sort of pulse that sort of makes your eyes sort of, even yours, wince away for a second. And then when you look back, you see that everybody standing around you is frozen. Fire giant falls slightly and staggers onto the rocks. He goes, "I'll get with it." And then you see, moving towards him, stepping on the lava itself, the goat horns curled, the fawn-like legs and the humanoid body, its eyes the same strange oblong slit. And it quirks its head around, looking and sensing it. You can see that the fire giant is still moving. It goes, "What game do you play, Northot? You're making a huge mistake." Here it makes this sort of noise, and then from behind its sort of noise that's coming from its mouth, you hear, "I do what I wish, servant Papyrus. You might think that you're better than us because you came first. But I will taste of your essence. Do what you must, you sorry excuse for a creature. And he spits. And then there's this moment where you see as he pulls in towards, he touches the chest of the fire giant. And you watch as his body begins to crack and break down and apart. You see that his flesh begins to sink in as it looks like the lava rock below where the lava is peeking through. It begins to crush into his flesh, and you can see his eyes begin to pool up with lava, hot, burning lava, pulling up inside of his eyes, begin to pull down his face. You think I am still too weak for you? I am not. And you see as he grabs onto Northought and they begin to fight. You are there, Orin.
Can I bonus action flurry of blows and shoot Northought twice?
You certainly can try. Make an attack roll. I'm going to pull Northought up.
Let me just mark off a key point. 21 to hit.
Give me a sec. I need to pull Northought up, and I also need to...
And a 22 to hit.
Where's this
Grim
guy?
and Mitnir are right next to these guys, frozen. They don't know what's going on. We're gonna get knocked over and not realize what.
Is it just not here? Am I crazy? What's up? Where's Northought? Hello?
Oh,
Incarnation of Northought.
Call it something
Hello?
different.
Hey there, just subscribed.
Thanks, Snidey Poo.
Maybe I have to go to my custom monsters. Maybe that's what it is. My homebrew creations.
Aw, thank you.
There it is.
I just remembered to check.
You said both of those are gonna hit. And why not for fun?
Okay.
Oh, that's all.
What the fuck? Okay, well, 14 damage total. I rolled a 3 on both damage dice. I haven't rolled higher than a 3 on the damage dice this whole session.
How much damage did you do?
14 radiant damage.
14 radiant damage. All right, so it's gonna slam into Northought, and Northought's gonna turn and go in your direction. And as you do, you watch as your vision flashes, and all of you see the giant. Ignore what you see in front of you now. I'm saying on the map. Delete that because that actually ended a lot faster than I expected. I forgot what I was doing. So you saw it appear though, and you watch as this fire giant is 30 feet away from you in the lava, and you see that there is a hand melting into the magma on the ground, and you can see that his face is just pouring, like lava's pouring out of its eyes, and it's in its face, and it's just going. And you can see that a whole section of its body is missing. The entire, from its shoulder cut across its entire body, the entire section looked like something took a bite out of it. And with this one arm plowed into the lava, just down you. And in a moment, you see it begins to pull in to himself as his body begins to sink and crack and twists in. And as it does, you see it spin into a small black molten ball that hovers in the air.
Shit.
Nobody touched
I didn't
that.
do it.
Nobody touched that.
Or we thought we were still frozen, or were we not?
No, this is what you all get to see.
Oh,
is the
okay.
As we
lava.
unfreeze.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Wow. Grim would be like, I must have hit him really hard.
No, that wasn't us. That was Northought.
Well,
You guys were
that-
frozen again.
What happened?
Northought came and did that to him.
Why?
That's why no one should touch that sphere. It could be like Northot contaminated or something.
You guys watch as this thing like hovers and just sort of floats above the water and begins like sort of like lazily listing. It is about this big, and it is just this molten ball. And from your experience, I won't even make anybody roll an intelligence check. That is a fracture.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a fracture.
Well, if it's small enough, can I just scoop it up in the bag of holding?
Make me a dexterity check to just kind of like.
Yeah, you're nowhere near it.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's true.
Maybe Brapsy's bag because she can fly.
It's about 30 feet out into the lava, just kind of hovering there and like sort of lazily sort of dancing across the water. Or the lava.
Now, we can see this other gigantic red stone, right?
Yes. It's actually not as big as all that.
Okay, but like that's visible, right? We're like, oh, cool, 2 for 1.
No, that's its own thing.
No, I know, but like as far as Grim knows, they're just the fractures that we're supposed to be here to get.
Alright, well, it's really fucking hot in here, so if we're done, let's get the things and go back through the portal. We can talk about what happened after.
So we probably need that red crystal too?
Yeah, go grab the red crystal.
Alright, who wants the red crystal?
Give it to Mitnir. He doesn't have one.
I mean, how heavy is that thing? It's huge.
The red crystal, as you pull it out, is not as big as all that. It is that size, same as it.
Okay. I was gonna say,
when it's up there, I'll say, how do you guys want to dislodge it? First of all, it is hewn into the stone there. It is not as easy as just plucking it.
I can try with telekinesis.
Make me an intelligence check.
It was on natural 20 and then it booped over to a 6.
Yeah,
Or a 10.
as you begin pulling your mind, you see that it's just too difficult to dislodge it from its setting with just your ring of telekinesis right now. Seems to be pretty well stuck in there.
Grim will smack at the crap out of the thing around it with his shillelagh.
Okay,
Like start
how are you
beating
gonna
at the
get up
rock.
there? Because this is on a 50-foot tall.
Never mind, he's not gonna do that. He's not.
Yeah. So while you guys are figuring that out, is anybody doing anything about the fracture that is slowly drifting off into?
I think Seti said she grabbed it. Seti
Well,
said
no,
no.
I can't. I'm too far away.
Brapsy is gonna fly over and put it in her
boy.
bag.
Okay,
I think that's
I'll
probably
do
the
that.
best option.
I mean, yeah, if you need, unless it's imminently going to hit the lava, I mean, Grim could reach out if it was going to before Ramsey got there.
I mean,
yeah,
do we want to put it in the bag? Because then you have to touch it to get it out.
Well,
We
what
can just
else
turn
can
the
we
bag
do with it
inside out.
without touching it?
Well, I can telekinesis it if someone can carry the fracture I have.
I mean, Grim doesn't care about touching it. Like,
No, you're
he's
not touching
gonna,
it.
Grim's not going to be worried
I mean, yeah,
about that.
I'll take what you have.
It is a 155-pound crystal.
Oh,
So if you would like to do it, you could maybe strain yourself and carry it.
There's
but you
no
will
way.
definitely not be able to fly.
A 5-pound bird cannot carry a 155-pound crystal.
Coconut.
I think putting
I'll
it in the
grab it
bag
for
is
now,
the
and
best
then we can figure it out.
because it's easiest for Brapsy to get it, and then we don't have to worry about carrying it, and we can just dump the bag out.
Yeah, if she
Later.
can swoop in and get it with the bag. I mean, I was just going to say if it's going to fall into the
Okay.
lava, Grim can.
We'll just dump the
Alright.
bag out in a room. It'll be fine.
I just don't trust it. It could be another Northot fracture that will just go in you immediately, like it did with me. So I don't want.
But
anyone
don't you
touching it.
have to be a certain strength for it to go into you?
No.
Should we just leave it?
No.
No.
Oh, it's a free fracture. Why would we?
I'm gonna put it in the bag.
All
Put it
right,
in the
so you're
bag,
just gonna
that's
fly
fine.
through and put it in your bag. I'm gonna say
Scoop
that's
it.
easy enough to do with if you take your time and be careful. Say it maybe takes about 10 minutes because you're kind of nervous about the lava and getting the bag
Yeah.
close to it and all that.
So it's not
Um,
like imminently falling or anything. It's just
No,
like
it's just sort of
floating.
It's
Floating.
hovering.
It's
Okay.
hovering across the. You've never seen a fracture touch the ground. Like every time that you guys have found a fracture, it is always hovered above the ground, about 3 feet off the ground.
Yeah, even the one I have is hovering. That's why I tied a rope to it to drag it.
All right, so we got that one. What about the
Someone
other
has to
one?
grab the red one. Someone gotta grab the red one.
Midnir, can you do it?
How can I climb like up above
Yeah, I
and
could
reach
also
down at
fly
it?
up
Like,
there after.
You want to just like sort of like scale
we're
those
not in a
pillars on the
rush.
side and
yeah,
make your
like
way
can I
up.
climb up
They're
and
pretty
like?
rough hewn, so there are some. You can see where stones have been stacked for this pillar, so you can kind of get like once every 5 to 10 feet, you can sort of see where there's a groove. That plus, if you've got any climbing gear in your adventurer's pack,
Well,
I think you could definitely make a climb at it. You just
have
make an
climbing
athletics
gear.
check. Yeah,
Can
so
I use
you've
my
got pitons.
Can I
They're
use
not
my
called
bladed
pitons.
chain and chuck the dagger?
It's 50
end?
feet up. I don't know what your range is, but I think it's
Oh,
beyond 50.
it only
feet.
goes 30.
Here we go. Or a Grim will lift or an up.
Okay, well, meanwhile, make me an
Pushing
athletics check
like
to climb
10
the
That's
pillar.
17.
17? Yeah, easily enough you're able to. It takes about like 10 minutes, but as you are stretching your arms up above your head and carrying Orin, do you let this happen?
So that you can reach with your chain. I got the 10-foot tentacle arms. You can just
Yeah, so
push
that puts
up.
you at about 17 feet. So it's right at the edge of your range if you're swinging it, but you're going to be going at disadvantage to try to hit this crystal wall.
No,
go
I'm
ahead
not
and make
trying
an
to hit the
attack roll.
crystal. I'm trying to get the blade into the ledge up there so Mitnir can climb the chain.
Oh, that makes sense
Okay,
too.
still do this because this is great. So you're swinging it. Make me an attack roll with disadvantage because you're standing on a weird tentacle thing that's never happened to you before.
Sounds about right.
And make a
He
strength
says
check.
it hasn't happened to him before.
Make a strength check, Grim. Or
Oh.
athletics check is fine. Athletics check is fine.
Athletics check. That's
Well,
not
that's
going to be very
That's a
good.
10.
That's a
Okay.
9.
Okay, so the first thing that happens is as you're swinging this thing, you swing up and you begin to throw it, but as you're right about to hit the sort of zenith of strength to throw this thing, you feel your right leg sort of slip out from under you as one of Grim's like little tentacles, he's like, oh, I don't know how to flex that one. So sort of like falls out from below your foot. You sort of go tunneling down, you throw it off to the
Lovely.
side, it hits into the pillar, and it just like sort of cracks. And the next thing you know, you see a pile of Grim and Orin on the base of the ground. Looking up directly from where you are, you see Mitnir peering over the edge of the top of the archway, just going,
It worked! We did it!
Hey, we got him up there!
Mitnir goes, what?
Just let us have this one, Mitnir.
So Mitnir, I'll say that easily enough, taking the time over the next 10 minutes, you're able to dislodge it with your blade, and what climbing gear you have, you're able to dislodge this crystal. And as you do, it hovers down to the ground below. And that's where we're going to go ahead and take our break, guys. Exactly on time. So thanks so much, everybody, for hanging out with us, if you exist.
Appreciate
If
those
not,
Prime subs.
heck
You
yeah.
all.
So we will be back in about 5 minutes, guys. Hold on to your butts in the meantime. And welcome back.
We did it!
We did it. So, as you guys have collected both the fracture and whatever the larger thing is, you have collected a very heavy crystal. And what would you guys like to do?
Back through the portal.
Take that portal back.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to change the music. Hang on.
As you guys step back onto the portal, you find yourselves returning once again, assuming I can find it, to this. Whoops, did that not go? Yeah, it did. Place in the sky. Sorry, you would be here. Nobody moved themselves before they left. So.
So here's the question. Do we want to see if all these rocks fit together to fix the other one?
Well, I think we have to try something because we came here to do a thing, and I think the thing we came to do is really bad, but we still have to try to do it. So,
I mean, I haven't used any of my big stuff. I've been saving them.
yeah, me
so-
too.
Well, we don't
We're-
really know if there is anything else to do.
Yeah,
It would be fun to see, though. We may as well look. Well, let's come over here.
What's the floaty rock in the middle there?
It's a good
Is
question.
there a floaty rock?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't really looked at the middle.
Then let's
What's
look
this,
at that.
what's this thing? Yeah.
Well,
It's
there
a
just
rock.
appears to be a hovering. It doesn't have to seem to have any distinguishing color to it. It is the same stone as everything around it. It is perfectly symmetrical from top to bottom. The
Mm.
lines and striations that move through it are perfectly aligned, but they twist around the entire thing. It's almost like a weird rock candy cane with the striations on it that twist around it, but it's sort of like a diamond shape.
There's no colors or anything on it?
No, it's just sort of pale bluish stone.
Does it look like another
We-
fracture?
Make an Arcana check.
It is
Alright, I
floating,
will.
right?
It is floating. I'll help with the Arcana check. No, this is just a regular rock. There's nothing. It's just nothing.
I got
Don't
a
worry about it.
13.
It's really hard to say. You've seemed to be finding floating rocks all over the place. I mean, the fractures float. Maybe this thing is floating because of the same stuff. We don't know. Maybe
Emmett's
it's
going to
just,
take his rock.
an ornament. Maybe it was just on the map when I got it.
Well, I think we should try to figure out what's going on with that last portal to see if we can still fix it somehow or go through it or whatever. And if we can't, then we take whatever this is and we call it quits.
Well, let's
Does
see.
it look like this floaty rock is movable?
Poke
Mm,
it. Just poke it.
it's floating there. It's hard to say.
Like poke it.
I'm
Make an
gonna try.
intelligence check if you want.
I'm gonna try and telekinesis it.
Sure.
What do you want me to do? Intelligence?
Yes.
Oh, come on. 10. I can't roll today.
As you attempt to move it, it not only does it not move, but you feel like no movement. Like it doesn't even feel like it's straining. Like you go to move it and it feels like whatever this is, it feels like the center of like this entire place. It's like you try to move it and it feels like you're trying to move the entire island.
I was gonna try and move it to the broken archway in the middle of that and see if it like activated the portal or something, but
Well, here, why don't we line up our pieces and see if they fit together? Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
We have
speaking
3
which, I guess
pieces of rock.
I should give you guys your pieces of rock to dick around with.
We
Here
need to
is-
see at least if they fit
Well,
together.
I need to turn grids on or something. That is not the correct size.
woo, that's big.
Actually, no, it is the correct size. That is the correct size when you have it in this place. Yep. There's that
Well-
one. There's that one. And there's this one. Well, that one needs to be smaller.
That one's pretty.
I mean, those definitely don't fit together. You can
Well-
tell just by the shapes.
If we hit
Well,
them
they-
hard enough, they'll fit together.
Okay, but that's like, I mean, we can line them up and we can spin them around and we can see, you know?
Okay. Would you like to attempt to do that?
Yes, I would like to do that.
Well, one of them's almost a sphere, so that's not
Okay,
going to
so
connect
you
to anything.
start maybe like trying to rotate them into position or something.
We'll just see, like,
Hoping
on all
that
this,
they'll do
because they're
something.
three-dimensional.
They don't seem to line up the way I just did them, but you can try by making an intelligence check.
Okay, everybody, here, give me a hand with this, because I don't know. Sometimes I can't figure out puzzles very good.
Betty
Mm.
is going down to look at the
There you
broken
go.
archway.
Grim just starts
I rolled
foaming
a
at the
whopping
mouth.
13.
Classic
I just-
Grim.
You guys, that's why it's a good thing he asked for help, because you just see Grim just like looking at something in the sky.
As you guys push it together, it becomes very obvious that if you wanted to make a very good joke, it would be very easy to do so.
Beautiful. Okay.
But other than that, they do not seem to push together. And as you let go of them, as you force them into this phallic position I just moved them into, they seem to right themselves back up and sort of hover in space.
Okay. Well, let's bring. I mean, and there's no flat sides on them that look like they would fit on this other thing, right?
What other thing?
The thing in the middle.
This here? The middle?
Yeah.
No, they don't seem like. Maybe you put this one on here. It just seems to like move around it. They don't seem to gravitate in any way.
Hey,
I guess we
Oren,
could.
Yeah.
do you think maybe you could telekinesis this broken archway back into place? Like,
Well,
I
That's
can
true.
try.
Are there stones there that are from the archway?
it looks like.
Yeah, right there is the top of the archway.
But is there anything that looks like it's a lighter gray? Like, like the other
Color
ones
doesn't
have.
really matter as long as it fits.
No, what I mean is like, is there a center portion? Does it look like we have a center portion?
I think that's it right there on the ground.
Do you have how much can telekinesis lift?
Yeah, I'm looking that up.
Because that's like 1,500 pounds of stone.
Well, I can try to move a huge or smaller creature. So, let's see. Object up to 1,000 pounds.
So it's a little out of your weight.
My push,
Capacity.
drag, or lift is 960.
That weighs more
Um,
than 1,000 pounds.
I said 1,500 before you gave me a weight. I already
Okay,
stated
so-
a number.
If I help
Lord.
him, because I can push, drag, or lift 960 pounds.
It depends how tall is that arch?
15 feet. So the top of the 15 feet is here. So all the way to
Yeah.
the top, with the pinnacle would be 20.
So yeah, what if if Grim tries with his lift weight
You know what?
plus Orin trying to telekinesis it together, if we work on it together.
I
Because
can levitate it.
that's a good thing too.
If we don't mind burning my levitation, because I only get the one, I can just levitate the rock up there.
Oh, but then we would be going to a place maybe where we would need levitation, huh?
Maybe. I think
Why don't we try? We could try lifting it without the levitation, and then if we can't,
Well, I just don't want anybody to get crushed by a giant rock.
Well, we're not going to be
Uh,
under it.
I could beast shape into something big and strong.
this is true too.
Would that, is that something you would maybe want to save for whatever we find on the other side?
I mean, I still have my polymorph, so
But you might need polymorph. What I think
Yeah, that would save the polymorph.
if we go through,
that's what I'm saying. I could use my beast shape, and I still have polymorph
Right,
after
exactly.
that, so I
That makes sense.
should be okay. I mean, if we really think that that's all it's gonna take to make it work.
well, let me remind ourselves of the plan. So the two of you can fly. I will cast fly on Mitnir and then ride on his back. And then Grim, you will get polymorphed by Brapsi into something that can fly. So
Yes, that was the plan.
So that is what your polymorph would be for.
Okay.
I can use my in that plan I do not need my levitate. And I can't cast fly and levitate at the same time anyway. So I think maybe just levitating the rock is the best thing I can do with that. Alright,
Well,
Maybe it would be better if you, by the way, Streamwise, babe, showed them the map you guys have been talking about this whole
well,
time.
yeah, I mean,
Let us try to lift it first. If it doesn't work, if you see it falling, then levitate it.
Well, and then we could tie a rope around it, and Bropsy could fly up too, and try and help that way.
I could do that.
It's not going to be as much as us lifting, but it's
Could
going to be
triple
something.
team it. We'll triple
Right.
team it.
if you guys really want to try and risk breaking your backs or something, I will not stop
I
you.
don't
But
think it's gonna work.
I have levitate. It is a free spell. It does not cost me anything except
I can just
levitate.
beast shape. I'm just looking to know what I can do.
Telekinesis is also a free spell, so we're not wasting
You
anything
just
here.
tap Seti's leg. Because I'm sitting on the ground right now, just watching them, and I just pat the ground next to me.
Alright, I sit down.
Okay, here we go. Crack knuckles. Crack knuckles and some dried mud just kind of flex
So let's
off.
we'll tie a rope on it.
If you guys would like, you could forego a short rest while they take a short rest, and you attempt to put this thing in position.
I mean,
Man, I
I'm
would have
good.
used more
I'm good.
pack slots. But yeah, I'll take a short
I'm
rest.
fine.
So
I
as you
don't- I
guys
don't need a
keep
short
working
rest.
on it, you guys can take the hour to try to put it into the correct position using your telekinesis, your flying, your movement, your stretching. It is a strain, but I will say if you want to take the hour to do it, you can. You can
Yeah.
push it into position if you would like.
I'm down.
Okay.
We will triple team it.
What's the point
So-
of being a large
After
humanoid
lots
that can
of
carry things?
huffing and grinding and moving and twisting and turning, you push it up into its exact position and you're holding it there. You guys look at this glory of this little like stoned bit that is hovering right there in the air, right where it needs to be, and you are holding it, and it is very heavy.
Yes,
You're still
stone
clapped?
shape.
Or mending, maybe.
Well, are there other pieces missing? It doesn't just like fit right in, and we don't have other
Oh
pieces.
no, there's other pieces missing, just completely missing.
Well, are they lying around?
Make me an investigation check.
All right. Investigation. 18.
18. Looking around, you find a couple of pieces of rock that you feel like maybe could be parts of this. Yeah, laying around. You don't know if it would fill the whole gap, but maybe enough.
Well, now we have these other pieces. Maybe.
Meanwhile, Grim is sitting there holding what is effectively 500 pounds above his head.
Half my lift weight. Like, try. Can we? Do we have anything we can prop it up? Like, do we have any? Like, what about that tree next to us? Can we like?
As he's saying, he's just like,
I could
How
just
big is this other rock?
I could just levitate the big rock, and then the rest of you could figure out how to put the smaller ones in to hold the big one up. Eh?
I mean,
I mean,
I can telekinesis them up there. That's not a problem. I can do
Let's-
one at a time.
we can do that. That's fine. Grim is getting tired.
Okay, I'm going to levitate the big one, and then you guys can worry about the small ones.
okay, you cast levitate, and it sits right there in its spot, and you go, yay! As you guys have successfully levitated a rock with a
I
little
will
crystal in it that is unlit at the
Begin
top of the
to
thing.
telekinesis the smaller pieces up and try and
Uh-huh.
wedge them in there.
Yeah, I'll say this is all still part of the same hour.
Okay.
You guys
And
can
then
spend the hour on this project.
And then if we need to, we can check and see if these other rocks. Might
There are
fit
definitely
into
some
it, too.
pieces missing, but you're able to get most of it up there. And even with the levitation happening, it's not quite holding itself up. You have to levitate. You have to use a telekinesis to like get like a sort of a bottom piece that's holding some other pieces of rubble on top of it. But the other side seems to like sit in okay, leaning against the rock itself, but it doesn't seem to have any effect.
What happens if we step on it?
Well, we need it to be lit up like the other one. So if it's not lit up, I think we know that nothing's going to happen, just like last time we tried.
Well, currently nothing's lit up.
Were they lit up before we went in then? What
The
have
other
like
ones were, yes.
the archways?
The other ones are not lit up until you stepped on them, and then they began to light up.
Oh, well, let's try stepping on this one, I guess.
Okay.
Make sure everybody's here.
I'll
hold it
bring
there.
over the 3 crystals that are just out
Yeah,
there.
no.
Okay, you start huddling the crystals.
Mine's
and-
tied to me. I just drag it with me.
Yeah.
Should we do that
I
with
mean,
the
mine's-
other two? One to Grim and one to Midnir?
Yeah, I mean, I have
Could.
mine.
I
I
mean,
had
they
mine
do
like
hover.
tied with a backpack, right? Just
Yep.
like as a little backpack.
All right. Yeah, I will make sure the other
It's
one's...
still very heavy, but yes, you're able to move it around. Yeah.
I climb on
Okay.
Midnir's back.
You guys step onto the thing and get into your same weird position you had last time, prepared to cast fly spells, all kinds of shit. And as you do, you stand on it and wait, and nothing lights up.
Yeah. Maybe it needs magic rocks. Maybe I
Yeah.
missed a rock. Maybe there's more rocks somewhere that could help hold it.
Well, how long does levitate
I
last?
poke at the tree.
Like 10 minutes, I think. Let me check. Yeah,
The tree
10 minutes.
is make me a investigation check if you're poking the tree.
17.
Oh wow, that's a mossy tree. It has some really nice wood grain, and it seems like very like weird and organic. And it's weird to you how it grew so well here, since it is above all the clouds. It's like, where's its moisture coming from? What an interesting tree.
Not
Is
very
that
helpful.
like a glowy blue water in the middle, or the floaty?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a glow to it.
What about that water? Is it like special? Magical water?
I lick the water.
Yeah, you lick the water, and it is ice, actually.
Oh, cold.
Popsicle.
Well, I don't have anything else that could help us.
And so your
Except-
tongue is stuck to the. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, I don't know what else to do.
Hmm.
It just bothers me that there's one there that we can't go in.
Yep.
You think to yourselves, like, in this moment, maybe this is why everybody else.
Yeah, well, yes, I think so. But if we go back now, we won't remember, right?
We don't know.
I think you
No, the
only
ones
don't
that
remember
chose to
if
go
you
back
lose, right?
remembered.
All right, the ones that died don't remember.
Yeah. So we could just
but so
call
that's
it
the
here.
thing is, like, if people chose to go back and then didn't report that one of them was broken, why?
I'm gonna
Maybe
make
it's
a-
part of the test.
I'm gonna make a religion check to see if
like
everything
I'm
looks
kind of
at
stupid
all
test.
like it might be something related to some kind of ritual or something that I might be.
Sure, make a religion check.
Can I look over the edge
I
behind
rolled
that
another
portal?
6. I've rolled so many sixes. That's an
From your
11.
knowledge of religion and gods, you know that there are plenty of them that are very finicky and very ritualistic, and they love this big over-the-top stuff. You also know that this place is made by Northought, so it's kind of hard to say what would be some bullshit orchestrated by him, or maybe this place isn't made by him, but you just trying to steal. You're not sure what's going on, and the more you think about it, the more your brain just kind of goes.
Yep.
So Seti's sitting there with
All their
Mitnir,
brain does.
focusing on levitating this rock, and she's just like, all right, Northought, if you want us to finish this stupid place that you set up or whatever, maybe we could use a little bit of a hint as to how to get through this goddamn thing.
Make me a persuasion check, I suppose.
Man, that is her strong suit.
26.
There is no response.
So what I'm getting is you don't actually care if we do this, or you maybe don't want us to do this, in which case I really want to do it now. Shit. I learned nothing.
Okay, what happens if we set the big rocks on top of their respective portals? Do they start to disappear? Maybe, I don't know.
We
But maybe
don't-
they could work. Like, I don't want to give them back, but like
Yeah, like,
that's the only other thing I could think of.
well, we could try it, and if the thing lights up like it's going to portal away, we grab the rocks back off.
It's true. We can do that.
Okay, so are you guys going to attempt to do this?
Yes.
I don't know if we should.
Grim's gonna go take his little water rock back up there. Just keep it next to it.
Keep the rope around and just yank if it looks like
Exactly.
it's going to portal away.
Okay, so as you place these little things in their respective position, who's placing what, where, when?
I'm
Let's go
placing
with
my
that.
water one because that's the one I've had the whole time.
Should we do them
Okay.
all at the same time?
Well, this one's tied to me, so
Oh,
I'll
we
have to place
definitely
that
should.
one.
We definitely should put them all at the same time. Otherwise, what's the point, right?
Yeah, all right. So we're going to try all of them at the same time. I will orchestrate the countdown.
And
Just-
just in case, Grim's gonna put his hat back on.
Yeah.
Fez.
All of you get ready to yank or to go with it. If it's portals, right?
I wouldn't go with it because it needed all of us on work.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen. So,
If it goes, then let it go, and all of us will go get them, not just one of us.
This is true.
all right. Well, get ready to yank then.
Ready, set.
Okay, as you push them onto the locations.
Well, they disappeared, so... oh, there we go.
Mine's
my
on
ring
fire.
glow immediately begins to come from each one of them, a glow much more intense and bright than the glow that you saw before. You begin to feel the ground beneath you swell, as
Uh-oh.
if
Oh, it did
it's
something.
beginning to shift and change. Your vision begins to twist in on itself.
Uh-oh.
You become nauseous.
Uh-oh.
And then suddenly, as if everything is pulling in towards the center at this crystal in the middle. Crystal, what once you thought was just a stone. Now looking back, you see an intricate amount of carving twisting around it that is glowing with this sort of bright, vibrant, just clarity. And
The
as it
lollipop?
does,
Yeah, that's really great for my immersion.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's the sound it makes. You did not know that.
You
Oh
find
my
yourself in a
god.
new place.
Oh,
All
boy.
right.
We leveled up.
Wait, okay, but we're
It
we're.
looks like home.
Oh,
Not
okay.
there.
Well,
I'm just going to plop you guys down there. You see that there is light pulsing from underneath, coming from here on this portal that you don't remember stepping on. And yet here we are, as you guys come out.
well, it worked.
We did it.
We did
Wait,
it.
are we inside the rock now, or are we on a different rock?
I think
Who
we're
knows?
in the airplane.
It looks like there's a lot of lot of space to fall.
A lot of floaty stuff.
Lots of air in this one.
Plenty of leg room.
But what do we do? What do we? I mean, we
As
see.
you guys look around, you see that there are chains bolting these floating islands together as they sort of just clank in the air. You feel a gust of wind like you've never felt before just penetrate and almost freeze you as it passes through. And at the same time, you hear on the wind carried.
I think most of that cut out.
breathing.
We just
You
heard your
hear breathing
Oh,
breath.
okay.
on the wind.
All right, something's here.
Can we make like
We
a
go back to the
perception check?
volcano place.
Let's look around. Perception. Oh, now I get that natural 20. I can look around really good.
With a natural 20, you see what you see here. There is an air below you for a distance unknown, these separate islands floating apart from each other and yet somehow not drifting too far apart. Even with the ones that aren't attached by chains seem to be drifting back in and breathing in and out with this breath on the wind, which you can hear, though sourceless, seems to be alive. It's not just a sound, whatever it is, it's too unique and it's too lifelike. You also see that this over here matches the pattern for the upper half of the diamond that you saw, and is now floating on a pedestal off to the side.
Okay, so is this thing? Wait, which were you talking about with the pedestal thing?
Up here to the left.
Oh, to the left. Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna
See, all of this is all like
activate-
the same level.
I'm gonna activate my ring of jumping.
This is most of it is on the same level, except like this section here is a little bit lower. This section here is a little bit higher. This section is like floating like 10 feet above. Like they're kind of like rising and falling and moving and shifting all of it at once.
Nice.
I'm gonna activate my ring of jumping, and I want to jump to the middle platform here.
Sure, yeah, it's a bit above you, but you can jump 45 feet, so you can absolutely jump there. Not even gonna make you roll.
Jump up here.
As you land there, you see
Cool.
an exact same pool of ice, but instead it seems to be carved into it the shape of wind. It is evocative of wind is carved into this ice.
Is that the fracture? Can we just take it and go? I
Where?
can't see from down here.
Yeah, Oren, what about the big crystal up at that over there? Onto it.
The one up that way.
Yeah. Do we know what that is?
I'll try to jump up that way too.
Perhaps he will be prepared to help.
I got pretty sweet jumping with this ring right now.
So, as you guys observe this crystal, you see that there's a ring surrounding it that seems to be moving, keeping this crystal in the center. It seems to rotate around itself and move in the same sort of motion and feeling as the breath. Spins again.
I rolled a 21 for Arcana/investigation on this crystal.
There's a pulse and a beat to it. Looking at it, it seems to be alive and maybe even be some sort of source for this breath.
Huh.
Knowing what you've learned and might have forgotten, the first crystal that you identified was identified as the heart of Aegir.
This
Looking-
is
we
the
did do
breath.
Looking at this particular thing, you feel like it must be similar, as are the other crystals in nature, but you're not sure how.
Relay that.
Hey, Bropsy, you want to try maybe talking to it in your native language?
Boy.
Well, it's supposed to be the plane of air, right?
Mm-hmm. What would I even say?
Ask it what's up. You know, what is it? Can we take it? What's going on? Who is it? Just everything.
We say into our rings so everyone can hear.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say in words. Hello. I get the impression that you're alive, but I'm not quite sure if you're sentient.
What language are you speaking?
The bird people sky shit.
Avian?
Yeah.
Orin?
Yeah, I think it's called Orin.
Yeah, I think it's Oren.
As
Or
you
with an
begin
E.
to speak this language, you hear first nothing, but then you all notice that the breath stops. The wind is calm.
Oh.
There's a moment of absolute silence that is unnerving. And then you hear, as the wind picks up all around you,
Does that mean anything to me?
what languages do you speak? This howling wind is almost like thunder as it carries around all around you. You guys feel the swelling in your ears, almost pain, as this thing almost berates you with its voice.
I speak Aarakocra, Aran, Common, and Druidic.
You do not speak this language.
Elvish and Sylvan?
No.
Abyssal, Celestial,
I've had a couple of lessons of deep speech.
Draconic?
You do sense some similarities in the root from Celestial and Abyssal. Both. Some commonality even in the way that this is spoken. But it does not.
I speak Elvish and Giant and Undercommon, so there.
So there's
It
a hint of
seems
Abyssal and Celestial.
completely unfamiliar and yet somehow oddly nostalgic hearing this language to all of you.
Primordial.
Does anybody speak Primordial?
No. I thought about learning it though.
As this thing
You know,
begins to
hello.
continue, is you hear. Although those of you who speak Elvish here, what is it? Do you come from the old?
A lot of that cut out, so
Yeah,
I
a lot
don't.
of
I don't
that
think
did
this
come out.
breathy
I think
voice
it
is gonna
does.
work.
I think it does cut out a little. Is the thing.
All right.
It seems like Elvish, but older. Some sort of.
I think I can almost understand you. We were sent here. There was a other elemental planes with fractures in them.
And then suddenly you hear like voices, all kinds of languages merging and mixing together. You feel a
Oh.
howling of wind all around you.
We don't want to
And
hurt
then you
anybody.
hear burning in common. Why have you come here?
Because we want to see what's at the end of the plates. Come on. Don't just not finish it.
Why have you come here? You feel like thunder rippling around you.
For power.
Just be like,
not
just ask me,
power.
like-
We came for the fracture.
just be like, are you Ager?
Anger is not my name. I have been called many things. Through time, I have been known as the first breath, the first wind.
Oh,
I have been known as Zephyros.
We've come here for the fracture in hopes to
I
get
know
it
not
before
what it
Northon.
is. You feel like wind just howling from all directions. Fractures.
It's that floating crystal, I think.
none of that.
We
got
didn't get
picked
any of that.
I think he said
You
eat
hear
my
it.
ass.
Yep. It says, that is my art, is what the voice says, if you guys could hear that.
Your art or your
up.
heart?
Heart. I think
Heart.
he said heart.
Both.
Well,
I-
So what
Yeah.
what
I
happens
think
if we
that's
take it?
then.
You not. If you do, you will feel my wrath.
we don't want to
Well-
hurt anybody and we don't want to endanger anything. We're not sure why.
Here's the thing. If we don't
Our-
take it, Northot is going to take you, I
May-
think.
Maybe.
Yeah. The whole reason we're doing this is to fight Narthot.
Do you know what
Make a
Northot
persuasion
is?
check. And I say, make a
Not
persuasion check.
us.
I'm talking to prophecy.
Oh.
Well, while we're talking, Grim wants to like slowly and carefully make his way up to this
Persuasion?
like top
I'm
right
not good
platform.
at this. Can I guidance myself?
Oh, I rolled an 18. That's
You
a
could
19.
could have before the roll. Before you started
Well-
talking, is the way it works. You can't just claim that you have
Fine,
guidance.
it's a 19.
You guidance before the action.
It's
so
a
you would've-
19.
Okay. With a
I
19,
perma guidance myself.
there's nope. There is a
Guidance.
voice that comes
Guidance.
through. There's a voice that comes through. Say it before the action. This is how it'll work. Before a voice comes through, there's just a pause in the air and wind where it just stops for a moment and then picks up and becomes slightly more gentle. And you hear, "You wish to end Northot."
Yes.
We do.
He has some
The wind begins to pick up
fixation with
and
us.
move, and you see that the crystal itself begins to spin relatively quickly, but then sort of matching sort of like rhythmic pace. And you see the crystals in the center platform begin to shudder slightly,
Oops, I was chose a bad
Each
time to
one-
get up there.
shuddering more as it begins to pass through it. It doesn't seem to pay you, mind you, any heed as you move. There's a moment it says, You got here with a fake. Why do you follow Northott's plan?
His plan?
We're trapped in a situation beyond our understanding, and the only way we can see out of it.
Children know nothing.
We know Northott's bad and needs to be stopped, but we're not powerful enough to do it ourselves.
The wind almost seems to solidify for a moment. You guys can see the form of a humanoid sort of echoing over the blue crystal and touching it. And you see like the water beneath it sort of ripples. You showed kindness. Kindness seems to ripple all around you, the word kindness.
Oh, it's our buddy.
Child, you are kind. You are different than the others.
We didn't want to hurt anybody.
You did not hurt the poor baby Zorn. No. The mother would be happy as well. You hear the voice become softer and softer. And as it does, you see that there begins to pick up a pile of rocks. The crystal itself shifting, and I can't obviously do that. And you watch as these rocks form around a humanoid form. Sorry, I gotta get together. Hate this stuff. I wish I could just hit a button and it just automatically happened. As this thing shifts down and meets in the center. And the center rocks and all this are just made out of twisting arcane runes. And this crystal right here forms the center of its body.
Wait, which crystal? The one that
The
I was
crystal
going to
that's
look at?
up on the one that's on the pedestal up here.
On the
It's
left or on the
actually
right?
It's in
On the
the
left.
being.
Yeah, it is in the being as part of it.
Okay. 'Cause I was looking at this one on the right.
Spinning-
trying to figure out-
Yeah, spinning like a vortex as part of its body. Like, you're trying to head up here, huh?
No, I mean, now that this guy's there, obviously I'm a little distracted.
Yeah, as it takes form there, it sits there and it's just sort of floating. And you can see like there's just wind, like fierce, untamed wind holding these rocks together. Like getting even remotely close to it, you feel it pushing you back. Children. Winds blowing from all directions. What? Have you shown kindness to fool me? You hear like almost this sorrow in its voice. So many have tried. Taking, always taking.
We'd prefer not to take it. We'd rather it was given.
What do you seek? How? You prevent Northought from taking me.
Isn't that good?
I said, how will you prevent Northought from taking me? How does you taking me help me?
We
Could
don't know.
Could we not form a partnership?
I mean, if we have you, he'd have to take you from us to get you. Whereas if you're here, he could just come and take you.
We know that Northot is already here, taking things when we don't kill them. The baby Kraken fucked up the fire giant. Other people are here too, trying to do the same thing, and they don't know, maybe. I don't think any of them know that Northot's behind it, or what Northot wants, or how bad he is.
You do not know what he is, do you?
Not entirely.
You know nothing of what we are.
No, but Grim has a question.
This
Grim
head
has-
doesn't even turn, but you can still feel as though like the wind is addressing you. It's weird.
Which one
it's
of
a
us,
weird
me
sensation.
or-
You, Grim, as
Okay,
these-
so allow all of these people have come here, right? How come all of them are able to leave with fractures? Are they not real fractures?
Do you know what a fracture is? is what
I-
Northot does.
I think he takes a piece of your essence and makes it into a little crystal.
In a sense, yes, but in the real sense, no. He takes a whole life, a whole being, plucks it from existence, and makes it into power. Brings it back to nothing but a primordial state, a beginning state, nothing but its pure essence, a fragment, an atom.
So here's the question, though, right? So Grim with this guy, my buddy, the little eyeball. There's a scary lady in the sky, and then with my tentacles, there's a little green lady. They're not friends.
I know nothing of what you speak.
What Grim is saying is, I think if we have your fractures inside of us, we have the ability to communicate and partner with you to kick North Thought's ass.
You are not understanding. Fracture is a whole being you are taking. One iteration among many. Like Northots incarnations traipsing around between. All of them are individuals, and yet he controls them as one. Idea. I am only one. To take me is to take the first breath.
We won't do that.
Why would I trust you with that?
Couldn't you help us prevent him from making more fractures?
Watched for some time, since I was trapped in this place, the creation of this between world. I am trapped here with my brothers and sisters, also trapped, tucked away. I created this labyrinth to keep you out, to protect myself as we protect each other.
Well,
Has anyone else made it this far?
But they were dispatched.
So how come North Thought is not able to come here? I would think if he was able to, he would have already, done the mean thing and made you into a fracture.
Well, he didn't attack the fire giant until we weakened him.
Northot is the first opening of the eye of the idiot god. In that instance, a creation, a viewership of all things, and yet he can replicate them for himself. The ability developed over many eons, and he began to orchestrate a show. Orchestrate the dream of reality, and in such he has broken everything. I am the first breath sighed by the idiot god, the first wind in existence. I am everything. The air you breathe, the atoms, the oxygen, the nitrogen, the hydrogen, all elements brought into one, the breath of life. He wants to return me to create the true existence of the idiot god. Do you know what you would be defending if you chose to keep me? Do you know what you would risk if you took me?
well, we know.
Kinda-
Not be risking more.
I'm gonna try and roll religion to see if I can remember what the idiot god is. I rolled a 17.
17? Never fucking heard of it.
Nope, no idea. Okay.
This is all very big stuff. And I hate that any responsibility for it has fallen on our shoulders, but Northot is after us. And he's scheming things. He has one of our friends already. And if we can stop him, undo him, in any way, that's all I want. If you think you are safe here, then we will go. I won't let any of my friends take any piece of you. If that is not what you want, or if what you think will help defeat Northot.
Can I just say, would it not be more of a risk though? to do this without seeking the help of entities more powerful and more knowledgeable than ourselves.
That's why we came here. For power beyond our personal grasp. But I won't take it by force.
Make a persuasion check with advantage because of Propsy's aid.
That is a 19.
That's low for you.
That is very
The
low for me.
lowest-
That is
that's
the
the lowest
lowest
she can.
possible roll I can have.
Guidance.
You claim to come here to stop Northought. Your claim to ask for my power makes sense, and yet you put one of his incarnations here.
Well, we didn't bring it here on purpose.
Silence.
It's you.
We are in over our heads.
What if we gave you, like, what's what they call it? The loan people. What if we gave you collateral?
Orin
Is
is
there anything we can give you?
If the breath of the first wind could facepalm,
You know, tit for tit, you know?
Existence is not to be bartered.
That's not. Orin has had an incident with Northought face to face. And died many times. And he still stands against him, however
Mitnir's counting on his fingers.
contaminated he may seem to you. Bad things have happened to us.
You know nothing.
as this thing moves forward, it quickly, so quickly, blindingly quick, moves itself onto Orn and touches his chest. And in that flash, Orn's eyes light up. In that second, that one moment, you see flashes, Orin. You see flashes of memories you didn't even know you had. You see flashes of yourself being trapped, being hunted by blinding light. You remember fear and rage, being chained down, being seared, being burned. And then you come back.
What the hell was that?
Don't hurt him. You're...
The Celestials.
We only heard half of that.
She said, I see, weapon of the Celestials.
Weapon?
The wind begins to pick up again.
I am aware of my purpose.
You must remember not to lose that. Or if you do, you will return to what once you were.
What was I?
Persuasion check.
I'm not good at persuasion. Seven.
It just ignores you and sort of hovers off.
Yeah, that's about right.
So, as this entity comes to rest back in the middle and gestures around at the other things, the other crystals.
No. Why? Do you know if they still are free?
Who?
If who are free?
Does Pyrus still burn?
No. Northot turned him into a black sphere of some kind.
But we have him. You could probably. Is there a way to bring him back?
We
You
don't.
have Pyrus.
We have the thing that Northot
Show
turned.
me.
I don't know if that's a good idea because it might have.
Show me.
Their wind just howls into you.
What if
I'll
Northot
take
planted it for this exact purpose?
Rage. Just torrents of rage.
I will take it out of the bag.
As you do, it catches in the air and gets twirled up and like pulled in front of it.
Go on, Mark. Champion. Pyrus.
Winds calm down completely.
Oh. Poor thing. This is not Pyrus.
Well, I guess that's good.
Wait, was
So my
Pyros
brother
the?
might still live.
Was he the giant face in the ground?
I know not.
Because there was that giant face on it.
Pyrus is the first light of energy. The spark, the burning fire. The raging energy of the stars and suns themselves, burning infinitely.
It's not that red gem over there, is it?
That is fake attempt at the heart.
Oh.
As I am a mere concept trapped here. A heart made by Northot when he attempted to capture me and my siblings. And yet here we are, defending for he cannot grasp us, for he is nothing but a watcher. He needs you with your material hands, with your presence in the dream. And that is why he sends you wave after wave to torture our champions, our children. And the last, the greatest one, the last one standing of our champions, Gormak, has fallen. I fear I will be visited often now. And with that, I am considering your presence. But I must have proof that you are my best chance. The existence of all worlds' best chance. You seem so weak. But you are also kind.
That is the only promise I can make you, is that I think I speak for all of us, but I certainly speak for myself when I say I will not rest until Northot is done away with. I will do everything I can with my tiny, pathetic little life to get our friend back from him and keep him from hurting anybody else. And I don't know how many other people are going to come through here who even know who Northot is.
But that's the question: is can we close this place? Is there a way to just shut it down so he can't make any more fractures from these guys?
If I leave this place, then it will be nothing. They will no longer be tortured.
Would they then be free?
They will be free as much as any of you are free. There will no longer be a purpose for him to drag them here.
Seems like a pretty good reason.
You understand this is a very big decision for you.
But what happens to you? Like, are you going to be... I know you said you were like... What did you say? Not really the real you, but are you? But you will be okay if you leave here, or no?
You take my existence, of which there is only one, and become a fracture for you. Then I will be an object. And if you lose, if you die, if no thought takes you or takes me from you, then the idiot god breathes.
So for you to come with us, you have to essentially sacrifice yourself. Is what you're saying?
I will either do that eventually, even if it's eons from now, or I shall remain here, tormenting the children and champions of my brothers and sisters as I hold out, waiting for a champion. I wish it were you. I hope that it is.
Will North Thought know you are with us if you're a fracture inside one of us?
Not. I do not know. But what can you do to prove that you are my best choice for champion?
She's gesturing to the lot of you.
What I can say is that together we have already stood against Northwood. He's already been chasing us for a while. We have something he wants already. And so far we have protected that. Not easily, but doesn't have it yet.
If it makes you feel any better, I'd help to get this green lady out of the book. I don't know if that tells you anything.
I think that's what's part of what Northwood is after is now inside Grim. Part of it.
So you're doing like the tentacles and wiggling them around?
Yeah, I don't know why the tentacles, but she's a green lady. Sometimes I can talk to her, not all of them, but it seems very sad.
You already know my purpose. Why I am here. And I will give my life in the cause.
You already have a couple of that.
That's true.
I need each of you. If you're done talking, I need each of you to make a persuasion check individually.
I was gonna roll good at all tonight. This is the time.
I got a 24.
Here's my
12?
I guess after that, Propsy will add. I never wanted to be here. I just wanted to be with my family. My wife and child come from the plane of air. But I was ripped from them and I couldn't get back. My whole purpose in the time since has been to protect any babies that I could. So I really hope that whoever's there is protecting my baby in my place.
Okay. Make your persuasion check. With advantage, because that was good.
I did decide what I was, but
Yeah,
I can't promise you that we are the best. But I do know that Northout's been after my friends, and I'd much rather see him cease to exist than let them perish in any fashion. If you were part of that, then you are included as well.
Make your persuasion check.
"24."
He turns and looks at you. For the first time, actually, you can see it shifts and looks at Mitnir. And it's like, it seems oddly confused.
Child of storms. Minir Ux Bahamuni. You do have a champion amongst you. Who is not mine. You, weapon of the Celestials, child of storms. The others I do not know. But that might be enough.
As this form begins to move forward towards all of you, somehow you see your vision melting and twisting in. The same feeling of things bending around. You feel everything twist, as if you yourself are becoming a part of the sphere that is moving and twisting into itself. Howling wind surrounds you in all sides and directions. The next thing you feel as you're falling is as you are released from this, but you see as it spins and moves itself together, a bright light of spinning energy. Pure wind forms a sphere, and you are out of it as you fall from the sky. Looking around you, you see Selindor, the great tree, the ground coming up below you, the howling divide, infinitely vast. The water. You guys are some 2,000 feet in the air, and you are falling.
Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
Oh, not again.
Cast fly
You're
off in
falling.
the air.
Prepared for this, right?
You guys are in the air. You are tumbling through. There are things that you need to know. One, falling through the air there are 2 fractures that are falling through the air. One of them is the molten ball that was being hovered in the air, which you know to be the fracture of Gormak. And the other is the spinning ball of pure air, wind. The fracture of the first breath. These are also falling.
I will
Somebody should
try
probably
to telekinesis the molten ball and say, Bropsy, get the other one.
I will fly for it.
Okay. Easy enough for the flying creature in the air. You begin to jet off towards its direction. However, you feel you are being buffeted by something strong, and the next thing you know, you are all being hurled in a direction. I need everybody to make everybody who can fly or do some sort of flying, I need you to do a athletics check. Because the winds are now hitting you, for you are being caught in the labyrinth winds.
As
So I'm
15.
basically skydiving right now, and
Here we
when I
go.
get within like a minute distance of the ground, I will pop my wings out. But
As you're
16.
beginning to fall, you actually, even though 16,
So you
Okay.
guys fly to me.
as you guys are flying, you like those of you that are falling and flying, you get caught in an updraft and move. You are caught in something that has been mentioned before, something you flew through to get here on an airship. You're caught in
And
a
she was
labyrinth.
like doing this thing with her little swords.
Mhm.
I'm just
So
trying to
you
figure out-
guys were falling, and the next thing you know, Bropsy, you are being ripped to the side. And everybody else is getting jostled around in these winds and torn away from each other.
So as we I have to backtrack a little bit because Mitney and I were standing next to each other in the airplane place.
Mhm.
As we got sucked into this thing and realized we're falling, are we still close by?
During like the 30 seconds you were falling before you hit the winds that are above Selindor, you would have been near him then. So if you wanted to take that time to attempt to do it,
Absolutely.
I would have you make me
As soon as that
an
he realizes
initiative
we're
check,
okay.
an initiative check against the air itself, which is just going to be a flat roll d20. You have to beat what I roll on a d20 with your initiative.
Oh boy, those were some bad ones. I got a 14.
And I rolled a 5. So
Okay.
you do make it to Mitnir, falling through the sky.
Yeah, so I immediately cast Fly on Mitnir as soon as I realize I just like angle
Mitnir,
myself.
as if you have those muscles again. You can feel them.
And I just try to hang on.
Yeah, I guess I'd just be like.
All right,
So
you
I
grab
need to
onto Steady
roll.
and
I need to do an athletics check then.
athletics
for
check
that.
because you are now flying. And are you breaking your wings out in the winds, or are you waiting till later?
Waiting till I'm like near the ground.
Gotcha. And did Grim get polymorphed?
No, but Grim has polymorph.
Oh, is he polymorphing himself, or are you just falling?
I mean, I want to see where this thing takes me first, I guess.
Okay, so you can't really control what's happening, so you're gonna go in a random direction.
If I start to see myself getting away from everybody, I'll be like,
Yeah,
okay, fine, I'm turning into a bird.
So as you guys
But-
do this, you watch as immediately Mitnir and what did you roll on your athletics check?
I got a 14.
14. You guys get ripped to the left. Graham, you get ripped dead like northwest is basically the way it is. Graham, you're north. Seti and Mitnir are going west. What did you roll on your athletics check, Propsy?
15.
15. You can choose between either west or south. Those are your two options. So you can follow the other two, or you can go south, your own direction. South, by the way, is the direction that the fracture is going.
Okay, I'm going south.
Okay, so she takes off after the fracture. Orin, you're just falling right now as you hit the wind. Okay, you are getting plummeted south as well.
That works. Because I'm going to try and telekinesis the one fracture.
So as you guys are getting pulled through these winds, you are being
Guidance.
lifted back up and shot into the air and then twisted around through these sort of torrents. It's like as you're doing it, it's like Stargate where they've got the sort of it's like they're kind of like that sort of like this tunnel you're just caught inside of. You can't really break free of it, but you can move yourself around inside these torrents to some degree. Those of you, you got the thing with telekinesis. That's an automatic success. And then, Bropsy, I need you to make me let's say just a plain dexterity check to attempt to grab this thing out of the sky.
Fuck! 5.
That's okay. I rolled a 4 for the wind. So
Lucky.
And this wind can't
as
roll for
you-
shit.
yeah, I have rolled nothing but garbage all night.
Me too.
As
Be
you
grateful
as you
for this.
reach out your hand, you see as the wind begins to force itself around it, buffeting you from all directions, but you feel the fracture itself as you get close to it doesn't buffet you, but accepts your grasp. And all of the wind around you stops, and you find yourself outside of the labyrinth winds.
Whoa.
I am Burb. I am one with the wind.
So you can fly freely now. Meanwhile, you guys are being jettisoned to different parts of Selindor. As you're being forced off into the air, you guys lose sight of each other almost instantly.
Orin is going to say into his ring, "Use your recall crystals. I will find you after I land."
Because we can recall to the boat, right?
You can recall specifically. You can use the boat. They can find you with the boat because they've synced you. They can find you no matter where you are with the boat.
And recall to
Um,
the Summer Grove, I think, right?
But you can recall to the Summer Grove with the crystals.
Said he just immediately like, I don't think Propsy and I should use those either. Now
And you
that's
guys can no longer hear each
us.
other. That's all you get out during their conversation is what he said and what you said is all the time you guys have before everything. And you're too far for the range.
We don't know, but Bropsy's fine now. She's flying on her own.
Also, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one with a crystal at this point because I don't think anyone else picked up.
I don't think I have one. At some point, Grim
You
will
were
just
all
turn into...
given one.
We used those though.
No,
Yeah.
That's how we
Yeah.
got back the first time.
Yep.
those were the ones we used.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And I was the one who then got a second one.
Mhm.
And said
When
he
you
was
went to
like,
the next place.
"Don't! Why'd you get that?"
That's right. Yeah.
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 I mean, I still have one for Twilight Town, but I'm not using that.
right.
Grim is going to turn into the first bird that comes to mind
Starbuck can open
because
doors?
it's
Oh, you
the
guys are
one
in
that
trouble.
he's used to seeing the most, Grim is turning into a vulture.
Okay.
Just like
So,
little vulture.
The world's ugliest bird just appears. Actually, they're not
Because
even
again,
that ugly.
he's constantly around dead things, right? So like
Yeah.
he's used to seeing vultures.
So as you catch the wind, flown off to your destination, that's what we'll go ahead
Wherever
and
that
end
is.
our session, as you guys are
Ah,
thrown miles apart to different parts of Selindor.
I want to
damn.
lick the wind.
You want to lick it?
Lick the wind.